Hello everyone, I'm Frank Fumi and welcome to the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. We are here in Las Vegas at the 2025 IFA Annual Convention. Super excited to interview franchise founders and industry pros. I've got my dear friend, Bary El-Yacoubi from Send Me a Pro, the co-founder. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Great seeing you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start out by, why don't you share with the audience what Send Me a Pro is? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so we're a home service. Think of like a concierge for the homeowner. We also offer home maintenance plans. So think about all the tedious chores and tasks that you should do to maintain your home, but you don't do. Now we have a maintenance plan to now automate a lot of those, maintaining your home very easily as well. So different maintenance plans. We also have add-on services like you want a gutter, pressure washer, really owning that relationship for the homeowner to facilitate all their needs of home ownership.
I feel like your company's evolved from the time you began, right? Something has changed, right? Because like the maintenance program and stuff, I don't think that was from the very beginning, right?
Yeah, I know. So we actually first started off as like in-home personal training. Way back in the original business. We ran that for over a decade. We learned a lot. Once you get the client to like and trust you, they're like 97% to wanting to continue to use you. So our customer was always asking us, hey, do you know a handyman? Do you know a tutor? Do you know this and this and that? And over the years, we had our aha moment, realizing if you deliver that first service, whatever it may be, and they like and trust you, and you had a great customer service, right? They'll come back and continue to use you. And that's when we realized, okay, Send Me a Pro was born. And we started off with handyman just because there's such a high demand for a handyman. And who doesn't need a handyman, right?
And a wide variety of services that they are going to provide for you. It's like unlimited.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's an easy way to get the foot in the door. So we'll get our foot in the door, offer the handyman service, and once that service is done, we'll call the customer, hey, how was the experience? Oh, by the way, are you looking for any other work? We could definitely help you out with that. And 9 out of 10 times, there's other jobs or bigger projects that may pop up. So we started off with Send Me a Pro with that, and then recently we just now launched our hassle-free home maintenance subscription program, giving a franchise owner a now sticky, reoccurring, predictable revenue in addition to the one-off projects that may pop up.
That was a brilliant idea, my friend.
Yeah.
That was great. How long has that been in place now?
We actually just launched that, a couple months ago,
Sweet.
right in the beginning of 2025. That's kind of we were brewing up that idea and testing it before we actually announced it, and we announced it the first quarter this year to our franchise owners.
All right, how many franchise owners do we have now?
So now total around the system, we have about 250 territories, about 90 owners or so.
I am so proud of you guys.
Yeah,
it's just amazing how much you guys evolved, and the 1 or 2 years now since I've known you guys.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate meeting you early on. You've always been very friendly and inviting, and really just telling us your story on how you kind of took the concept and you had an exit, which was great in your journey. So thank you as well.
Oh no, my pleasure. It is a challenge, franchising, no question about it. And you probably noticed from your first dozen franchisees, it looks totally different now. The culture, what the expectations are of our franchise owners, how we deliver a consistent experience of supporting them. And tell me about what does your organization look like from a leadership team perspective now? Yeah,
we're always leaning into to enhance our support and our leadership team. But we have a great team. Our total support team, we have about 30 people, from software developers to support to onboarding to marketing.
Wow.
We really want to be overstaffed, if anything, to make sure we have the right infrastructure to now think about, we are 250 territories, but how do we get to 500 and 1,000 and really now go not just to play in the market, we want to go and dominate the market now.
You're going to.
Yeah.
You guys have all the makings of an absolute beast of a franchise brand that everybody's going to know.
Yeah, and when you think about franchise ownership, when people are buying a franchise, you look at house cleaning, that's a separate franchise. Look at, gutter cleaning, if it's pressure washing or, whatever it may be. These are all home service standalone franchise concepts. So the tailwind that led to our growth is now from an investor point of view, this is a great way to diversify and mitigate your risk versus putting all your eggs in one home service platform. Now you're putting your investment in a platform to diversify your services, mitigate your risk, and most importantly, is to add more revenue streams beyond a traditional home service franchise.
Dude, you're going to make me want to buy a franchise.
Hey,
so
you never know.
All right, let me ask about the IFA.
Yeah.
So you guys been to, you said this is your 4th IFA?
Yeah.
All right, so what was like the big takeaway? What do you guys need to do now going home? What is like the next big things you guys got to tackle?
You know, we're really going to lean into more marketing, especially into our home maintenance subscription plan. So we want to go back, and lean into now, how do we enhance the marketing? How do we now acquire customers? How do we now find relationships and vendors that can immediately distribute our product, our business?
Sure.
And also a big market we're going to lean into more is also B2B, property managers, real estate agents that already have a lot of these homes and buildings that need reoccurring maintenance as well.
I love the property management side of the business. They need convenience and they need to have reliable folks, and most of them just don't have that.
Yeah,
and I think it's a great opportunity for you guys.
And you know what? It's even property managers, homeowners. A lot of people, when the average person, the biggest investment is going to be their home. Right.
Sure.
Now, maintaining your home. Right? Most people don't know what it takes to maintain their home.
Right.
It's like when you start a business, you don't know what you really got yourself into. When you get married, you don't know what you really got yourself into.
Right.
When you start anything new, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. Mm-hmm. And even as a homeowner myself, my first time owning a home, once the dust settles, I didn't realize all the different things you have to do and find this. My wife and I used to debate at night, who's going to call the next vendor to now get the next chore done, right? I did it last time. No, you did it last time. All right, fine.
Right.
So why is it pain to really manage your home? Think about when you go to a car dealer. You have a service provider that shows up. Hey, by the way, I hear me tell you about your car. Here's some things you should look at. Here's some things you shouldn't look at. And here's some things I could recommend. Right? Covering your blind spot. Right. And that's where we see really that future, that home ownership, making it easier for it to be a homeowner, even for property managers as well.
Awesome, Bary. Great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for being on the show, and wish you guys the continued success.
And honestly, it's right back at you. I think what you're doing here, mentoring a lot of people, and thanks again for your kindness. And one thing that's special about you is you have a bright, good, genuine light and heart that comes out and is contagious. Every time around you, you're always willing to, spend your time to talk to people, right? And to answer questions, and unconditionally. So I appreciate that. So thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.